Okay, so honestly, yes, there have been moments that I used to think that I want to break out of this because, of course, when you're brought up in a protective environment, you want to have a life of your own, and there are certain restrictions on different steps, which you
Mm,
feel that are being imposed on you, but on your uh, same age people,
brother.
they are getting the freedom to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes that used to irritate me, but I think when I look back and I see that my parents have sacrificed a lot for me, so if I look at my mom, she is a PhD holder in financial management, but she gave up her job, she gave up her career just to raise me and my brother with all the love because she thought that no one else can raise us.
Hello and welcome again to my channel, Say Something with Mads. Thank you so much for watching this youth talks week after week and encouraging us. Without your help, this channel would not grow. And today we have another young, enthusiastic marketing. I would say she's killing it in the marketing field at such a young age. Her story is really inspiring, and she will take us through her journey and we will dive deep into our guest today. Let's welcome Tanusha Arora. She's joining me from Delhi. Hi, Tanusha. How are you doing?
Hi, ma'am, I'm good. How are you? Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you, Tanusha, for making it to this channel. Without your enthusiastic support and joining this channel would not grow. So I look forward to talking to you. So tell us about yourself, what you're doing now, and about your college life, about what was your childhood like. Just take us through your journey of how you were and what are you doing right now.
So, as you've already introduced me, I'm Tanusha Arora. I'm 19 years old and I put up at Delhi. My entire life, I have been born, brought up in Delhi only. I completed my schooling from Presidium Ashok Vihar in commerce, and then I went on to clear the Delhi University Joint Entrance Examination with a all India rank of 99. Got into College of Business Studies, or now known as Shaheed Sukhdev College of Business Studies, and pursued a vocational course that is Bachelor of Management Studies in comparison to the traditional BCom or BCom honors courses, and has been one of the best decisions of my life ever. I thoroughly enjoy my course and the subjects it has to offer. Particularly, I've liked marketing, and that is why I started my journey on LinkedIn from the niche of marketing. I also enrolled in a digital marketing course a few months before my exam, that too into CBS. So I think that was a nature calling that I got into the course, and then I got into the college also, and that actually helped me gain much more exposure over my peers because I had to go to Sunday on every Sunday for the offline session of digital marketing, and that helped me intrigue more into this field, and I still love talking about digital marketing and exploring more, reading more in that field. My childhood has been kind of very protective because my parents used to keep me very near to them and tell me what to do, when to do, and have been good at studies, but yeah, not much involved in sports. Although I love playing badminton and chess, have played chess many a times and got accolades in the same during my school level. I love singing. I love drama. I have been into my school drama team and I was into singing too, performed in annual days. And in college, I was in the marketing society. And for some months, I worked in the placement cell as well. So I have a fair idea of how to cold mail, how to reach out to employers, and how to build that professional edge over other people. So yeah, in that case, I'm blessed to have the one of the most beautiful college life. And I lost my father during my college in the second semester, but I think more than taking it as a weakness, I have taken it as a strength. And I have derived that power to stand up on my own feet and do whatever I would have done and even better. So I interned at Havells for 2 months in my summers. I interned at EXL, which is again a global consulting firm. And at both these firms, I managed to get a stipend of total 1 lakh. So I earned that, and I was
Wow.
very happy to have my first earning and give it into my mom's hand that here is what I have earned. And moreover, I participated in a lot of competitions. One of the major one was CEO for 1 month by a Deco Group, and I made it to the India top 14. So that was one of the biggest achievements which I believe of my college life. And more than achievement, I believe it is the kind of exposure that I had working with professionals who are MBA graduates or who are working in companies who have their own startups. And I am the one in second year of my college, 19-year-old, very youngest. So, and that was between two of my major exams, semi exams. But I still chose to participate because I believe that this exposure should not be stopped given any obstacle. And yeah, that has been my life till now. Very
Right.
happening. Have had a great bunch of people.
Right, Tanusha, when I was listening to you, I was thinking that people would achieve this when they are in 40s. But you have achieved so much at such a young age and you are killing it. So now let's take back to one line which I must delve a little deeper, that your upbringing, you said, was a very, pre-interview also we had a talk about this, that it was a very, I would say, a very, it was very restrictive, like, okay, you didn't have the freedom to move about, and your parents used to drop to the colleges, and suddenly after a few years there was an incident in happened in your life, as you said, you lost your father, and then it changed things overnight. So would you say, if I'm hindsight, I'm looking back and saying that your parents brought you in a very protective atmosphere, do you feel that at that point of time you felt that I want to break out of this, or you were very comfortable knowing that this is what is my life and I have to accept it? And when you look back, would you trade it for something else, or would you think that that was also a good phase of my life?
Okay, so honestly, yes, there have been moments that I used to think that I want to break out of this because, of course, when you're brought up in a protective environment, you want to have a life of your own, and there are certain restrictions on different steps, which you
Mm,
feel that are being imposed on you, but on your same uh, same age people,
brother.
they are getting the freedom to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes that used to irritate me, but I think when I look back and I see that my parents have sacrificed a lot for me, so if I
Mm,
look at my mom, she is a PhD holder in financial management, but she gave up her job. She gave up her career just to raise me and my brother with all the love because she thought that no one else can raise us better than she can.
mm,
And my dad, he was a sole earning member, but he used to come back home and he was not like the regular dads.
mm,
He doesn't know which grade I study in, as we see
mm,
on reels and memes. So no, he used to be very involved in what I'm doing and knowing that at what step of my life am I, how is my education going, do I need something, and if I am ill, then getting me whatever I want, whatever I ask from him. So I think that is the overprotectiveness came from the extra love they wanted to give to me and my brother.
know the line when you said that I gave my mom that money which I earned, that must have been, relive that moment. What was that job when you were doing, and when was that? Which year was that you got your first salary and you gave it to your mom? I'm sure it must have been such a big relief to your mom also, and for you to get that money. Your father cannot be replaced, but at least as an elder daughter you have started earning. So how has that journey been? What were you doing that time, and when was this, which year you started earning?
So basically, I started interning with EXL in the end of 2022, and I
Okay.
interned with them for 6 months. So
Okay.
I was paid 10,000 a month. So I earned 60,000 from that internship.
Wow.
Then I went on. It was in the capacity of research and marketing intelligence.
Okay.
Amazing team, amazing people, amazing work culture. Then in the summers, I had to do an offline internship at Havells India, which I
Mm.
backed from my campus. So there was an
Okay.
interview process and all that. And they paid me around 20,000 a month. So that was
Wow.
around 40. So 60 plus
Ah.
40 makes 1 lakh. And yeah, that is how I told my mom that I want a lakh from my internships. And now I'm
Oh,
even thinking of freelancing. So
right.
I'm thinking to build my own portfolio and work in that
Yeah.
field as well.
So
Yeah.
now, you have already bagged a job, right? So how did you get
Yeah.
it? Was it a campus interview again?
Yes. So we have campus interviews, and it is a dream company for us. So it was, I think, the fourth or fifth company on the campus in the
Wow.
consulting domain, and I sat for the process. I still remember the day that so there were round one, round two cleared. So there were set of students who had to have now round three of interviews, and whosoever clears round three will go to round four. And everyone had round three interviews done. Even those selected out of them had round four interviews done, and I had none of them interviews done till then. My interviews were getting delayed. Like, it got delayed thrice. First it was supposed to have on the last day, then it got delayed to the next day. Next day maybe it got from 10 to 4 o'clock. from
Mm.
2, then 2 to 4 o'clock. So I was very
Waiting and
nervous because
nervous. Yeah.
yeah, because everyone has had their interviews and I'm the only one left with such a major gap. And so 4 o'clock I sat for the interview, and so because it's a governance consulting firm, and normally casebooks help you with business consulting, very
Mm.
typical profitability case or market entry cases. But governance consulting is something that comes with your own insight. If I tell you
Mm.
a problem statement, how would you approach it? There is no one solution to it. No
Mm.
casebook will give you a particular framework to solve it, and
Mm.
that is it that interests me. That the question mark, that curiosity to attempt it the way I want to. And hence I cleared that round. And in 10 minutes, I got a call that I have the second round scheduled for the
Okay.
manager interview. So I gave that round, and it was around 6 o'clock in college. I had another round scheduled for a different company.
Mm.
I climbed upstairs. It was an offline round, which was an Excel and PPT round. I gave that Excel and PPT round for 2 hours. And the moment I exited that hall, my placement team told me that I already got placed at
Wow.
Samagra. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So
And
you
it
knew
was
about the
beautiful because I had my friends. Hmm.
you knew about this company and you wanted it to be that company, right? You have all must have got some dream companies to apply. So was this one of your choices which you wanted to do
Yes,
always?
yes. Absolutely, absolutely. And also, it is like one of the dream companies as per our campus placement cell also. So they have a set
Okay.
of a few companies who are listed as dream companies.
Let's now talk about your love. How did you um, start your LinkedIn journey, and how are you are a top voice on LinkedIn, and the LinkedIn opens up so much, a whole vista of new connections, new networking. How has been your LinkedIn journey, and what niche have you? How what are the kind of posts you do regularly, and how has it been the journey?
So basically, LinkedIn started from the digital marketing course I mentioned.
Mm.
There was this topic of social media marketing in which our tutor, Mr. Rohan Gulati, he touch based on different channels, and LinkedIn was one of those channels. And since he had already worked a lot on LinkedIn, he shared lots of tips and tricks and how to work, how to post. And I was very intrigued by how the platform works. But the moment I downloaded it, I was like bewildered to see so many features. And I used to always think यार ये कौन से वाले से क्या खुलता है? I have no idea. And I used to find videos of how to do this, how to do that. I used to Google. I
Yeah.
still remember on LinkedIn ki how to schedule a post or how to do. Does LinkedIn have this feature? So I still remember my first post was around how I reposted a DU Club something's
Yeah,
post
you
about
said
how
that.
Sukhdev is an underrated college. And then I started after 2, 3 repost with my own opinions, I saw that people are liking what I'm posting. And
Mm.
honestly, as a new beginner, 100 likes seemed a lot.
Oh,
The
yes.
100 people
100
liking
likes is
your
a lot for a new
yes.
beginner, for anybody.
So exactly. And after getting 100 likes at like very meager number of followers, I thought, okay, that people are liking. But at that point, I was not thinking to write for people because in general, I like writing and I have been into essay writing competitions during my school also, gone to zonal district. So I like penning down my thoughts. So I started penning down whatever came to my mind. I'm at a metro, a thought is crossing my mind. Either I'll directly post on LinkedIn, open the right thing, or I'll put it on my notes pad.
Mm.
But whenever I get time, I'll filter it out and put it because I went to poetry also. So I had that habit of maintaining notes. So after that, I saw that, okay, now this is taking some shape. And it could be a prospective way to have my own personal brand because people were texting me how they love my content, or someone, when people text you or DM you that, hi, we have been following you since this or that, we really like this post. And honestly, I told her that I was in the placement cell, so that helped me know how to contact HRs, how to cold mail people. So through that also, I got exposure into how the platform works. So when this
Mm.
started taking shape, I do not recall exactly the time when I decided, okay, now I'll be consistent, but I automatically started being consistent that I'm writing. And I took necessary breaks. I remember not writing for maybe 2 or 3 weeks whenever I felt that I don't have anything to write, or maybe I'm facing a creative block, or maybe I don't feel the need to write. So I never
Mm.
pressurize myself, performance pressure, कि यार लिखो ही लिखो, because for me quality matters a lot. I recently
Mm.
posted about it also that a lot of people run behind number of followers,
Yeah.
and because they'll put content on LinkedIn which isn't LinkedIn suitable. They'll have
Mm.
beautiful pictures of them posted. They'll have a philosophical lesson with it, which, no offense, but that's the only content which you see on their feed, and that brings them a lot of followers. And
Mm,
now I've seen a lot of people using that tactic just to gain followers and popularity on the platform, which I don't think is a way for a long run. In the long run,
mm,
quality will always win over vanity. So
mm,
value matters. And for me, always has been that if I'm writing something for my audience, for my target group, they should have some takeaway from it. And
mm,
because I was interested in marketing, as I told you from day one, I was very sure that I like studying about marketing. And that's why in the third year also I took my specialization as marketing, even when all my friends took finance and they tried
mm,
100 ways to convince me to take finance, but I took marketing. So
mm,
I started writing about whatever I learned. That I saw a concept today or I saw a spec ad of Blinkit, I used to post it. And that is how I started writing. Then community top voice was something that I got to know about. I started contributing to articles and got the top voice in branding, teamwork. And then one fine day, at 11 o'clock in the night, I opened my LinkedIn and I saw that notification that congratulations, you're recognized as a top voice. And I
mm,
couldn't believe that it is what I'm thinking it was, because
mm,
it was, of course, it's the highest form of honor on a platform, the blue
mm,
badge. And although I think everyone wants it as badly as I can inform you, but I did not know that I'd get it at this stage. I thought that,
mm,
maybe because I'm creating content, at some point in time, I might get recognized. But I was not very willing to think I'll get it as a college student because it's a big deal. And
mm,
one of my friends, Harsh Rindal, he also got it. So I congratulated him, and I saw other college people, a few people who have been appreciated. What I liked the most was that LinkedIn recognized me over those 25, 30, 40, 50K people who don't post that much value. And even I have 6,000 followers, not much of a figure, but they recognize the content I put
mm,
forward. And that is what
mm.
I liked.
So that's
And I was happy.
yeah, so
Hmm.
that makes LinkedIn a platform for everyone, right? It's not
Yes,
you're not buying or you cannot buy on numbers like in other social
absolutely.
media. This is really authentic, and it's such an interesting story. Now, tell me, how much time you spend on LinkedIn post and how regular you are, and have you been after the top voice? What has changed? Have you become very serious about it? Earlier, you would say whenever I feel like I used to post. Now, what is your strategy now?
So basically, of course, now, so I'll tell you, before Top Voice, only a month or before, I started standardizing. I started
Mm,
setting targets for me. So I made on my profile banner that I post on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I have this very
yeah.
strict policy that I'll post
Mm,
only thrice a week.
yeah.
I'll not
Mm,
post Saturday, Sunday because it's a professional platform and I don't want to have a holiday thing to be mixed with my professional life. So I leave my LinkedIn for Saturdays and Sundays. And for thrice a week also, I schedule all my posts on Sunday, normally on Sunday. And sometimes, some days if I cannot, then I write it on that day only if I get time. Mostly I will manage.
say you finish your writing three posts every Sunday, and you schedule
Yes,
it like this. Go on Monday and
yes.
Tuesday. What if you feel that you've got something interesting and I don't want to post it? That's okay. That you change the post, right? You can add to it, or you may not
Yeah.
do.
Then I changed that scheduled post to some other day, and I put up
Yeah.
another thing. And like abhi मैंने आज Wednesday को I did not post because this Sunday was very hectic and I could not schedule. So I wrote for the Monday, but for Wednesday I could not because I had a lot of presentations and a lot of stuff coming up. But then of
Mhm.
course I have a post scheduled for tomorrow, so I'll make up for the thrice in a week thing
Yeah,
by
thrice a
any
week.
way around. Yes, and my niche is marketing, adulting, communication, and leadership. So these are the 4 points I touch base in. I have a building communication series, three parts of which are already out. Then I'm thinking to start a LinkedIn simplified series also to make
Mm,
young people understand how to use different features of LinkedIn to so that they don't come across the problems I did. And if they
mm,
do, they have the simple solution in front of them how to use the platform more efficiently and effectively.
mm,
And normally, yeah, that for time I invest, not much. I scroll a lot, I learn a lot, I read a lot on LinkedIn. But as far as my content generation is concerned, I think 2 to 3 hours a week is enough to create my content, and sometimes even less. Because
mm.
I don't want to confuse people a lot. Whatever I learn, whatever I have, I put it into simpler words.
What about following people? LinkedIn is all about replying to others' posts, appreciating their posts, commenting on their post. Do you think that that is necessary to survive on the LinkedIn platform? You have to reciprocate, right? Or you do not
Yeah.
believe?
Yeah, so I don't think so. It's something you should think that you have to do just because you want to survive on the platform. It's something it should come effortlessly or naturally to you wherever you feel you want to comment. So I'm someone who doesn't comment a lot. But if there's something which genuinely I like or I resonate with or I feel that okay, this place deserves a comment, I'll definitely comment. So I mean I'm not very particular, but yes, wherever I feel I definitely do.
Mm. But yeah, but that is, of course, this is something which I've heard from multiple people who are on this platform that LinkedIn is also a lot about reciprocity. You have to invest time to comment on others' posts, like others' posts for them to like your posts. But it has to, this is how it works. So you need to invest that time. So I think half an hour or whatever time you have to keep it aside for that kind of activity also, which I follow. But yeah, maybe you are organically getting followers, so your likes. Right. So that's very interesting. Now, talking about you, you said that you are going to work. When are you going to start? When are you starting your job? This 2024, which month?
So the joining date hasn't been out yet, but of course after June because my exams end in June. So maybe July, August would be
Okay.
anticipated.
So that would
Hmm.
be a full-time offline job, right? So you
Yes,
have to go.
yes,
Right. So with that, you have to also carry on. You're saying that you want to branch out on a lot of other things and you want to freelance in digital marketing. So do you think you will be able to manage, or there is a trend of people employing somebody else or giving out your LinkedIn account to somebody to manage, to handle? How does that work? Does it work for people? I'm there are many people I know have already given their LinkedIn account to some young people to handle, and they are posting regularly. But that that authenticity is lost, right? If you are give out your post to someone.
So basically, this is also a type of freelancing only, which I think young people like. I've not
Yeah,
done, but I know people who are doing.
many people are doing. Many people are doing,
Yeah,
and people
so
like
they
us
contact.
want to give it away. Like, okay, take it. Somebody is doing. Will pay you. Do it for us regularly. Yeah.
Absolutely. But I think the authenticity is not lost, is on the shoulders of the one who is actually writing the post. So if I am a young person, I take the onus of maybe managing your LinkedIn. It is my duty to understand you first, the tone of your voice, what is your personal brand, how you think of yourself, how you think of your audience. And once I know all of this, I create
Mm,
an approach to write post for you, and it is totally tailored for you. It is not going
mm,
to be the same for another person. That is why freelancing and content is not only heavily paid industry, but it also something which when you need to invest your time, and that time also comes from how you invest in the skills of
mm,
knowing how to master that. So I think that's
mm,
an entire process, because people in the 40s or 30s who are in their careers, and they have realized the importance of LinkedIn. They want to have a very good presence, but they do not
mm.
know how to have that hook or the
Yeah.
CTA or how to write those posts, how to be consistent, because they think it's a boring work. So they want
Mm.
people like us who are already doing it for ourselves to do it for them too and earn a few gigs. So of course that's the way
Yeah,
it works.
that works both ways. That's amazing.
Yes.
And people who have money and the young people are doing so well. It has opened up a lot of avenue for the young people. I must have interviewed about 20 25 people who are just killing it by writing content for others, and they are making it sitting at
Yes.
home. And there is so much can be said about, like, you want to have a step out. He said हम 4 5 घंटा रात को बैठते हैं, and I said, what? This much amount you're making? Said, yeah, घर पे बैठ के इतना मिल जाता है. I said, oh my God, this is something. This is
Yes,
really,
yes, that is
oh,
true.
that's true. Yeah, absolutely. Tanusha, let's now switch roles. I want you to ask me a question. What would you ask me if you were an interviewer and we are switching the roles now? Ask me a question which you want.
So, I'll ask you firstly, what is the meaning of your name? Because I haven't heard anyone of this name, and it's a new name for me. So, I would
Okay.
like to know the story behind your name, and
Hmm.
maybe one incident of your life that you are very proud of personally. So like a personal win-win you think of that.
Ooh, that's a Miss India question. Okay, so yeah, my name is a very common Bengali name. In fact, it's Madhumita. So Madhu is sweet, and Mita is friend. So a friend who is very sweet. So that's a very common name. But yeah, good that you asked me the meaning. That means this, and a moment when I'm very proud of. Yeah, maybe from you have to go back a little bit. Which comes to my mind is something which was very aha moment for me is when I started driving for the first time. Very late in life, I took to driving, and when I first drove, see, it pales in so many awards. I worked on stage, I was acting, I did all that, but this one I remember because this is where I was not expected to drive for a long time, and I was always had a driver. But when I started driving, that was real empowerment, like how you feel on top of the world, that you are driving, your husband is sitting next to you, your son is sitting next to you, and you're driving. I will never forget that. I think that's a very beautiful moment. I remember you. Thanks for reminding that. Oh, wow.
No problem. And I can sense the beauty from your face that how happy you are to recall that moment.
Yeah, that's awesome. That I'll never forget that. That's like winning the biggest trophy. All right. Now today we have a fun segment which I'm starting for the first time. This is yeah, a rapid fire. Let's see how it goes. I will be asking you 5 questions, and let me set the timer, and let's see quick answers, whatever comes to your mind. Okay? Yeah, here it goes, Tanusha. Who
Hmm.
is the one person whom would you like to interview from history?
From history, um, Indira Gandhi,
All right. Who is one idol or hero in your life?
my parents,
Right. What makes Tanusha happy?
myself,
If you have to choose to be a place with someone special, what would that place be?
my home,
Okay. If you have to gift something to someone, to everyone in the world, one gift, what would that gift would you give to someone?
happiness, smiles.
Hmm, fantastic. And we have covered the 1 minute. And thank you for this lovely rapid fire, and you did well. So, Tanusha, we are at the end of our interview. I would love to hear your life mantra. Like you have shared about your fitness journey, about your health, about your parents, about your the future is so bright for your digital marketing you are doing. You're going to step into your new career very soon in your job. Summing up everything, what would you say is the core value of who Tanusha is? And what is that one takeaway which you want to leave from this interview for the audience?
Yeah. So basically, I think core Tanusha is kind of someone who is mostly happy,
Mm,
thinks a little too much, and
mm,
is always ready to take up new challenges. So I like
okay,
encountering new situations in life. I
mm,
like it when life surprises me with stuff
right.
and
Mm,
tells me that go fight it and tell me how you can do it. Because I have seen a lot of ups and downs.
mm,
Downs way too harsh, ups also very nice. But I think what keeps me driving and what my life mantra is to just keep going, to just
mm,
not give up. And
mm,
that might sound too cliche that no, don't give up, but
mm,
it is so true. And I've seen a lot of people giving in the midway of a journey, that if it's not working out, they'll give up. If it's not seeming right, they'll give up. If they don't understand something, they'll give up. But I continuously put an effort to understand, to fight, and to just complete the journey, nevertheless, whatever it may happen, because I know that the result is not in my hands, but the effort, that process is definitely in my hands. So I just do the process and let the results be in the hands of God.
mm, mm. Fantastic. To have this kind of philosophy at such a young age is, I think, a great, great power in your hand. I mean, with this, you can go. anywhere in life, because giving up is very easy, whether it's starting something as small as being on LinkedIn, or anything in life. Giving up just takes a minute and just say, no, I'm not. But your philosophy will ring with everyone. And I think this interview will add a lot of value to people's life who will be listening to you when this is published. Thank you, Tanusha, for being here. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed. This was not an interview. This was like a beautiful conversation we had. And thank you for opening your heart to me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here. And just a small bit of saying to people of my age and peers is that to don't give in to what your peers tell you, or to don't be in that constant urge to fit in.
Mhm,
It's okay and it's normal to be different and to
mhm,
do stuff which people you mock you for at the initial stage. But once you get to a height, they'll be the ones who will be praising you and congratulating you and wanting to establish a connection. So just if you have your certain boundaries, if, as I mentioned earlier, also have the driving wheel in your hands, steering wheel in
mhm.
your hands, and don't let anyone else drive the car of your life. Yeah, that's it.
Wow,
And
wonderful, superb ending. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you for joining every week for a fresh new conversation, perspective of life, and learnings from youth week after week. See you again next week with another new guest. For now, good night and bye bye.